Yeah, I'll know the doors.
You find an extra speaker, let me know.
No, actually, get up in the building, because that one would help. Everything comes See it for the upcoming meeting? Oh, yeah. It's in cousin. Yes, she is. I know, she graduated from me the day of this. Oh, is that what happened? David was the supervisor. Barbara and I came in. But he said, separate. We sit in church together. It's me, her, and my granddaughter. Oh, good. Right next to the Deacon Steve can see us. Well, you're lucky you got Steve. I don't want to tell you what I got. Oh, I do too. I don't know. I heard my problem. Yeah. No matter how free you go, he's not here anymore. I was like, did you hear that? Yes, Joe. I thought he was a victim. No, then we have Bobby J. Okay, I can deal with any of them. I like her. Yeah, he's very nice. He's very fun. He does a higher than yeah, I know. I said he was but no, yeah. Well, I can. My granddaughter. Oh, thank you. Right. Oh, my husband used to go the same. Take it off. I know. Yeah, we're live. Oh, we're live. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Town of Baltimore working meeting. Please stand for the pledge.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, what's
Okay, Pat, we're gonna start off with you.
Start off with me? Okay.
Please, yeah, thank you.
All right. In April, I attended 8 regular committee meetings, 1 special committee meeting, 1 workshop, actually it's 2 workshops, 2 public hearings, and 1 regular legislative meeting, number 4. I'd like to thank our representatives from Greene County Public Health for coming to the last town board meeting. In addition, the addition of this mobile van that they discussed last year has offered us opportunities to accomplish outreach that was previously much more difficult and is inconsistent. These town hall meetings are taking place in all 14 towns to spread awareness. If any opportunity presents itself, they're happy to educate the public about the available services. Feel free to reach out to them anytime. The van will be at the Cornell Hook and Ladder Community Day on May 2nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Our poet laureate appointment was rescinded at the April meeting in a 14-0 vote. Social media posts that were shared by the appointee were found to promote violence against others, and our legislature will have zero tolerance stance against violence in any form. We will work with CREATE to clarify the requirements. You may have seen an announcement from Greene County Human Services announcing a temporary suspension of the shopping bus. This is due to a personnel issue that left us short on drivers. We're negotiating with some former retirees to get this bus running again until a driver can be hired. Actually, after 4 o'clock this afternoon, we came to an agreement with the driver, and that bus will start running again on May 4th. Move-in date for our Justice Center has been scheduled for May 15th. We'll move our district attorney's office and the public defender's office into the new space, but the New York State Office of Court Administration will need to wait until their change orders are completed. The clearing for the new community services building has been completed and bids have been sent out. Following the posting of the bids, we were made aware of a change to the New York State code that will require us to install solar with that building. And this is anticipated to add approximately $75,000 to the price tag. The new Veteran Services Building held its grand opening on April 22nd. They're now located at 300 Route 23B in Catskill at the former Marshall and Sterling site. Greene County Soil and Water has also moved into that same building. The compost program that we started 2 years ago has been very effective. We're diverting approximately 25 tons of solid waste from our landfill annually with this program. If anybody needs compost, they are welcome to bring a container to Catskill or Hunter Transfer Station to fill a bucket at no charge. We appointed John R. Del Vecchio to the vacant coroner position. We ratified the Greene County Highway AFSCME contract with a new 3-year agreement. This will give a significant increase to the base salaries and do away with the summer hours that have been problematic, returning us to a year-round 5-day work week. We authorized the purchase and installation of microwave communications equipment and a tower lease agreement. This will allow us to send microwave signals over to Columbia County and bounce them back to Greene County without the need to build a new tower, improving communications. These improvements are funded with over $360,000 in grant money. We adopted a positive declaration under secret for the cement and redevelopment area. The environmental impact statement is posted to our website, and we'll hold an open house on May 4th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the Catskill Senior Services Building to collect community input on the draft TGEIS document, scoping document. The written comment period will be open until May 22nd at 5 p.m. And I have a few other notable dates for May as well. On May 2nd, we'll hold the Veterans Stand Down from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Catskill Point. Free breakfast and lunch will be available to all veterans. The Greene County Vet-to-Vet Scholarship Grant applications are due May 5th. The first annual Shred Day will be held on May 9th at the Catskill Transfer Station from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This event is open to households only and will be limited to 4 boxes. That's the first time we've done that, so if it goes well, we'll continue with that. And our Honor a Vet program will be held at the Point on May 16th at 10 a.m. We also passed a resolution expressing our strong concern regarding escalating energy costs in New York State, including Central Hudson and New York State Electric and Gas, NYSEG, delivery charges, and urging a reassessment of the taxpayer or ratepayer impacts of the New York's Climate Policy and Community Protection Act, the CLCPA. We're asking the governor of the state of New York to intervene to allow immediate action to lower bills, place safeguards on utility bills, to protect our consumers from extreme price spikes, initiate suspension of taxes, fees, and surcharges on energy bills, and expedite the construction of base load generation. Any questions? Yes.
This last bit here with the Community Climate Policy and Community Protection Act. In your meeting, were those present convinced that the increase in power cost was due to environmental causes? Could it not have been AI centers?
Oh, it could be. And if we weren't specific with it, this is to kind of encourage the governor and the legislature to look at these things, because at the end of the day, we need some relief. And I think everybody sees that regardless of your platform.
I believe that's what's a sticking point in the state budget right now, and has been for quite some time.
Yeah, it is. So we just wanted to put it out there to say, hey, get your heads together and let's do right for the people.
Hopefully we'll see a budget this week sometime.
Yeah, well, we're 27 days late now, so well, 31 if you count the 3-day aging period.
Well, according to my boss clock, he might be here later than usual this week, so hopefully that's means progress.
Anything else?
Yeah, I have a stupid question and an important question. Which one
Great.
first? Stupid question. Why do we have a poet laureate?
This was our first shot at this. It was something that was brought to me. They asked if we could establish this position. The thought process was to bring the arts a little more to the forefront. They would speak maybe at the 250th celebration. They would speak maybe at our organizational meetings, things like that. Just to kind of get some education on the arts.
It just didn't go well right out of the gate.
Well, I don't know. I would say that the qualifications, I think there was some confusion between the legislature and create. Things that maybe were missed, that maybe I didn't understand what create was looking for and they didn't understand what we needed to have. So I think there was some communications that were missed. So we'll go back and we'll look at it again. We'll see if we can't get this off the ground.
All right, that's my
We
stupid.
don't need it,
That's my stupid question.
but
I think it's a great idea,
I
but
think
you're
it's a
not
good
gonna
idea.
suspend the program.
What I'm way more interested in is the communications. You said a $360,000 grant. That's amazing. How much of that is being allocated towards New Baltimore's cell reception? And is there
It has
any way?
nothing to do with cell at all.
Oh,
This is public safety. Fire, EMS, police.
okay. So that, all right, that's great. Thank you.
So what that does is allows the backhaul, kind of in layman's terms, there's a physical Verizon line that runs to all of our towers, but there's a backhaul that goes by microwave. What we were doing was looking at putting up a tower actually just over Route 32 into Ulster County in order to bounce that signal from Catskill down to Saugerties and then up the mountain. We found a different way to go across the river and then come back with microwave signal. So that's what we're doing.
Great, thank you. Also very important.
That,
But won't have any impact on cell reception.
no,
Great, thank you.
I apologize, I have laryngitis.
Oh my God.
But to piggyback on Danny,
Piggyback on Danny.
we were talking, one of the things we were thinking about in the comprehensive work group.
One of the things we were talking about in the comprehensive work group.
The plan was bolstering cellular communications
The plan was looking at bolstering cell communications.
and bouncing the signals. So I'd like to hear more about this from you.
yeah, we're also looking to see if we can get the state to change their requirements. In the past, we've actually been forbidden to put commercial carriers on our towers because the towers were paid for with state grant money. They wouldn't let us allow a Verizon or a AT&T or somebody like that put anything on our towers. We're advocating for a change in that. Because I think that would also help cell coverage a lot. Everybody uses a cell phone now. And if we can get there with radio communication, we should be able to get there with cell communication. It's definitely lacking. But we've also been talking for 3 years to all of our major providers for cellular, and you can't even get them to call back. Really, the thing that helps with that, with towers, is to have the subscribers themselves calling their providers. So I would call my Verizon providers. And to have a few thousand people calling, they're saying the same thing, sometimes makes a difference. But don't even want to talk to us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank
you.
Pat, actually, you mentioned the, Rev 250 events. I got a letter from, and I don't know where it came from, but, after reviewing the inquiries and planned activities, Greene County has decided to provide $2,500 to each town and village that has planned Rev 250 events and has submitted a funding request. The funding is intended to expand your community's celebration efforts and not to replace or supplant existing plans or resources. To ensure all eligible municipalities are included, any town or village wishing to receive this funding must submit its request no later than May 15th. So I'll pass that on.
So if you've got something that you're doing specifically that you need a little bit more of a boost for in order to get something done, we can help with that.
Okay, thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
Okay, highway, do you want to do highway?
Sure.
Thank you.
Highway report, March 23rd to April 20th, 2026. Finished repairing lights on 1988 equipment trailer, serviced brush chipper, serviced Bomag roller. April 1st, 2026, 2 trucks hauled stone for the town of Cooksaki. Ordered new fuel pump for Bomag roller from Amazon for $33. Pump from Bomag dealer was $141. Hauled in 800 tons of washed 1A stone for chip seal work. We were helped by the towns of Cooksaki and Athens. Painted snow plows for the 1997 International and 1985 Oshkosh trucks. April 7th, we noticed that the tank that hold our Magic Minus liquid salt additive was tipping over as the wood platform that it sits on was broken. Thank you to Greene County Highway and the town of Athens for coming to our aid with tanks for us to pump our liquid into while we build a new platform. Took plow equipment off trucks and prepared for summer. Sent the plans for the protective structure at WWTP to G&H Lumber for materials pricing. Patched hole with winter mix where needed. Picked up trash at District 2 Park from Bears. Picked up brush on Hillcrest Road. Removed brush and wood from ditch on Church Street. Put signs with park rules back up at Cornell Park. Tore down and replaced flower bed at Cornell Park by pump station. Cut and cleaned up brush at the entrance to Cornell Park. Picked up paint to paint gate and door on pump station. Started mowing parks as needed. Repaired sign for District 2 Park and put back up. Removed sign for District 1 Parkwood, which was rotted pretty bad. Dropped off to Access Safety to get price on replacement. Sprayed bees at Town Hall. Picked up trash. Sprayed bees at Town Hall. Picked up trash and recyclables from Town Hall as needed. Alan met with and spoke to Travis Church from Chippy Hewitt regarding Kreitmeyer Road. They're trying to make a quick repair settlement for Kreitmeyer Road, which has been severely damaged during their construction work. I've told them that I'm not ready to make any agreements until they are completely finished working down there, as right now they are causing more damage with trucks going in and out. They anticipate being done there in around the 15th of May. I can answer more questions about that issue if required. They will also be doing some repairs on Birchwood Lane. All paperwork has been submitted to CHIPS for the reimbursement for the funds spent on the new tractor and mower, which was delivered on Thursday of last week. I'm happy to report that our highway department received $3,611.48 worth of slip, trip, and fall prevention items through the PERMA Slip, Trip, and Fall Prevention Grant that was applied for. A full list of what we received is attached. Prices have been received for mulch for all parks and related to the Parks Committee. And I can add to that they got a great bulk price on mulch and are not charging us for labor. Apparently the guys like doing it because it's a nice break from taking care of the roads.
Barb, Alan wanted me to ask if you've seen the check for Capital Region equipment.
Yeah, that's what we talked about on Friday. It was a $2,500 check, right?
Yes.
Want me to go get it?
No,
Show
we can
you.
do, no, sure, we'd have.
The voucher was made out to one person and the check was made out to another. I told Bonnie on Friday. She was out, I called today, and she went home early, very sick.
She's on it
So
terrible.
I'm on top of it, so.
Okay.
It's on my desk.
All right, thank you.
And what worried me is it was to a different company, a different town, a different zip code, and wasn't very good.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Okay, Barb, go ahead.
One CO search compliance commercial, 200, one CO search compliance residential, 125. 7 building permits, 4,162, one CO search, 125, 2 easy pass tags, 50, 4 fishing licenses, $6.60. 28 dog licenses, $174, 1 late dog fee, $5. 1 demolition permit, $75. 11 certified copies, 110. Recycle fees, $4. Total state, county, and local revenue, $5,140. 32 New York State Department of Ag and Markets for the spay neuter program, $73.40 to the New York State Department of Ag and Environmental Conservation for hunting fishing licenses. Total to supervisor, $5,036.60. Town clerk's office collected $3,160,736.36 in taxes, $4,751.45 in penalties, representing 82% collected. Remaining uncollected is $716,217.24. And the last day to collect property tax will be July 31st, 2026. For water districts 2 and 3, we are currently collecting 12% for third quarter 2025, 6% for fourth quarter of 2025, and first quarter 2026 water bills were sent out on April 15th. Sewer is collecting a 6% penalty for the first half until May 15th, and second half sewer bills will go out in July. I also wanted to read a section of the town clerk manual having to do with access to the records vault. Who controls access to the records vault? The duty to provide for the safekeeping of town records and the implied authority to designate the location of the town clerk's office does not allow the members of the town board to remove from the town clerk's custody records required by section 30 of the town law to be kept by the town clerk in the town clerk's office. The state controller's office have opined that the town clerk has absolute control over access to records, and neither the members of the town board nor any other town officers are entitled to have the keys to the town vault. Moreover, public records may not be removed from the clerk's office by anyone except for repair, restoration, or necessary reproduction, or upon demand by a court. Other than for these purposes, a town clerk should not permit records under the clerk's custody to be removed from the clerk's office. In light of the requirement that public records remain in the town clerk's office, the town clerk should not allow other town officers to remove records to prepare reports or for other purposes. Officers should seek copies or use records in the town clerk's office where necessary. Other records, however, that are stored or kept in the town clerk's office temporarily or for convenience only would not be subject to these restrictions. I'd also like to thank, I have a few town clerk friends of mine who have probably 100 years of experience in the office. We have Candace McHugh from the town of Clemens, Monica Cleveland from the town of Ancram, Karina Pascucci from the town of Hunter, Beth Ann Ripple from the town of Chatham, and Janet Partridge from the town of Durham. Thank you for being here. I enjoyed spending last week with most of you. It was a learning experience.
On something entirely different, if you're done, have we seen any sort of uptick in the number of dog licenses, or is it still pretty much
It's
level?
decreasing.
Yeah.
It's decreasing.
All right. Well, we're just gonna have to try to do something, I suppose. Thank you, Barb.
Historian. I don't have anything for them. I know that some people have asked for explanations about the employee files, and there was much discussion about the Medway Cemetery files, plot maps. Our focus is to do what's best for the people of our town. It's not about control, it's about transparency. I did take the active files from the office. I did put them in my office in a locked cabinet and locked my door. I took them from an unlocked cabinet.
But a locked door.
Correct. I did not take them outside of the building, for those of you who insinuated that I did. The town clerk called me, she left a message and then an email. I called her back the same day. She had left the office, so I sent her.
8:30 at night.
I called at 5:23. I sent her an
Do you have
email
my
that
cell?
next morning. I came to the town building later that afternoon and I gave all the files back to her. Clearly, she hasn't shared that important information with anybody. I am aware of the statutes that outline the responsibilities of the town clerk, where active records are supposed to live and where inactive files are supposed to live when no longer in use. I also know that personal information is located within these files. That is why these files never leave this building. We all know that the town clerk made a statement at our last board meeting that there had been a break-in in her office. That was completely inaccurate and an exaggeration. I want to remind everybody that the previous town supervisor used to share the same exact office as the town clerk. They appeared to work quite well together over the years, and I was hoping for the same, but I have only experienced obstruction. As for the cemetery records, I did not see a plot map or any cemetery records, only an empty folder. We didn't move anything from the office until January 10th. That's when we swapped offices. I took many empty folders from the old desk drawer, and it was about the same time that my deputy supervisor and I noticed that all the files had been deleted on the supervisor's computer. I wanted to commend Dave Fall on all of his hard work to try and find any of the cemetery records. I definitely did not shred any of them. I don't have access to the shredder either. I would appreciate it if anybody has any questions to ask me, please call me, or I'd be happy to meet with you. I will not respond to any keyboard warriors on social media. Thank you. Do you have any minutes to approve? Okay. Animal control.
Yeah, there was January
Oh.
5th. January 5th.
Who's that?
Are you doing public comments?
Yeah, no, do we have any, January 5th? January 5th.
January 6th.
Yeah, are they in here,
What
Barb?
date were they born?
January 5th.
Organization. We didn't receive the email. That's
I don't recall
Sent
getting
on-
No, I don't remember getting that.
Okay.
Move on.
Yeah, they were sent out on 4/20 at 9:34 a.m. You can save it to the last one.
Okay, thank you.
Although I don't remember seeing that at all. I would have noticed it if it was January 6th.
Now we're gonna move the public comment period to the beginning of the meeting instead of waiting till the end. So, first I have here Candace McHugh.
Good evening, my name is Candace McHugh. I do not reside in Baltimore, I live in the town of Freeman, and I am the town clerk there. There are two manuals that we go by, most town clerks manuals look like this. There's a lot of, this is my Bible, which Barb read to you from, and there's also the town law manual. I have copies of the town law manual from New York Association of Towns.
No,
I would suggest that you all, they just put a new revision out, I think they're about $12 a piece. I would suggest if you are new, It's definitely something you should have with you. I just wanted to read a little piece, also in section 5 of the town clerk law, responsibility of all town officers regarding records. It shall be the responsibility of every town officer to maintain records to adequately document the transaction of public business and the services and programs for which such officer is responsible. To retain and have custody of such records for so long as the records are needed for the conduct of the business of the office. To adequately protect records, to cooperate with the town clerk, who serves as the record management officer, RMO, on programs for the orderly and efficient management of records, including identification and management of inactive records and identification and preservation of recording of enduring value, to dispose of records in accordance with legal requirements and to pass on their successor the records needed for the continuing conduct of business in the office. There are several provisions in the penal law that make tampering with public records and computers a crime. You can check penal law section 195 and 175.2 if you'd like. In my office, I'm fortunate enough to have a couple avenues for records. In my office, my active records are behind my locked door, which no one has access to other than my deputy and myself. No one has a key. I have inactive records in a room locked, and I am the only one with that key in a different building. And I am the only one that can get in there. I do have an electronic filing system through Vision, which is quite handy, but I can lock it so people can see files, read only, but the files remain there. And that's what we're working towards agreements to make it more electronic, to make it a little easier, and files can't be going missing that way. But it is ultimately the responsibility of the town clerk to maintain those files and be the sole person responsible for them in their own space, locked up. Thank you.
Thank you. Ansley phones.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ansley Phones. I live right up the road on High Rock. I'm also chair of the New Baltimore Democratic Committee, and I strong-armed my husband into running for town council. I think it's safe to say that I am one of the most partisan people in this room. As such, I think it's safe. That said, I understand that there are so many things that are more important than partisan politics. The smooth operation of our town government is essential. Problem solving is more important than pointing fingers, and we cannot be governed by rumor and innuendo. It is my understanding that from the Board of Elections, that Town Clerk Barbara Fink has filed paperwork to be the Republican and Conservative line candidate for Town Supervisor in the fall. We look forward to a spirited election that puts the best interests of the town first. I don't think it's a partisan thing to say that for everyone who went out to voters and made promises and got elected and took an oath, that performing the job you have now is more important than setting yourself up for the next election. I would hold my husband accountable to that. I would hold any elected official accountable to that. So, for instance, the rumors that I've heard about the cemetery records is that Supervisor Tabor took it upon herself to shred them like some sort of cartoon villain, to no benefit to herself or the town. To my knowledge, the last public mention of the possession of the cemetery records was at the August 25th, 2025 town board meeting, where Supervisor Russo stated that he had them and would be turning them over to an attorney, David Fleming. Our chair of the cemetery subcommittee, Councilperson Fall, has told me that Mr. Fleming has since confirmed that he laid eyes on the plot map, did not make a copy, and mailed it back, either to Supervisor Russo or to Town Hall via tract mail. Councilperson Fall, as head of the cemetery subcommittee, says that he has never seen this record since he has taken office. It is my understanding that Art Bias, our sexton, who was also appointed in the fall of last year, has said that he has not seen these records. Supervisor Tabor has said that she found no records in either digital or physical in the supervisor's office. So the records were last accounted for in the fall of 2025, somewhere between the attorney's office and Town Hall. I want to make it really clear. I am not accusing anyone of absolutely anything. I am saying we need to pool our knowledge, retrace our steps, and find the records starting from the last time anyone knew where they were. To paraphrase our town clerk, when she spoke 2 meetings ago, we should all be pulling together for the good of the town. I agree wholeheartedly with her sentiment and hope that all of us, Republican, Democrat, and every other affiliation, can agree that we do not want partisan politics to get in the way of a job well done for our town. Thank you.
Bill McDonald.
Evening, I'm Bill McDonald, 28 Valley View Drive. I was here last meeting to discuss the missing records, specifically the personnel files that had been removed from the clerk's office. With that, I have several police reports. I've spoken to two separate troopers who were not able to provide me with a written response, but they shared with me computer responses where they entered the supervisor's indication that yes, she had taken the files, and that it was at the request of the highway superintendent, who has since indicated that no, he had nothing to do with the removal of the files. So at that point, what I think needs to be investigated at a very minimum, an ethics review, is somebody's lying. It's not my place to place blame on who's lying, but what I'm asking for is that the town board takes it seriously and passes it along to either a town or the county ethics board for review. With that, I'm asking under town code, let's see, that's several. I believe it's here, chapter 9 indicates that the board can have someone, I'm searching for the right phrase, but it basically step aside during an investigation. I would ask that perhaps both parties be asked to step aside while an investigation is going on. And then based on the ethics review, that appropriate actions be taken, whether it's passed along to law enforcement for punishment, or what's allowed here in town code. I was also in contact with the state attorney general's office, and based on what the town council indicated last month, that she is supporting the town supervisor, it would be a conflict of interest if the town council also supports any employee who had their records removed. Yet it is the opinion of the state attorney general's office that myself and any of the other 25 people who had their records taken is provided legal counsel through the payment of the town board. So at this point, I'm making a request for separate counsel paid for by the town board for this matter. Not just for myself, but anybody who was affected by this. Let's see. I gotta look at my notes. If I went into the rest of my requests, I would probably go on just about all night, but that's the bulk of my request at this point.
Question for Bill. Bill?
Yes.
I just wanted to ask you a question. I was a little bit startled at the last meeting that you said that you'd gotten this inside information basically from the state troopers. And was this during the course of an active investigation in your estimation?
I was allowed to, I have actual reports with the state police.
Yeah. Well, my question is, what standing do you have to get inside information about an active investigation? That doesn't sound like anything a law enforcement official would do. Investigators are supposed to keep the investigation quiet until the investigation is completed. So I'm a little curious how you were able to get this information.
Trooper, I'm the complainant, and I'll get his name here, stand by.
No, I'm not so much
I'll answer.
interested in the name, I'm interested in the
Trooper
process.
Oregon, badge number 1653, called me on the phone and specifically told me they had the conversation with the supervisor. And that was on, I can get you the date. That was on March 26th, 2026. I would say between 5 and 6 p.m. that the trooper had told me.
I'm not questioning that you have the information, I'm just wondering if it was appropriate for you to have it if it was an ongoing investigation.
That perhaps could be best directed to the state trooper to make the phone call. And
Because
then,
it does seem to me that during an active investigation, they should not be providing information to the public
perhaps,
until their
perhaps,
investigation is finished.
I could refer you perhaps to the town council on that one as well, who could perhaps better answer that question.
I just don't think law enforcement officials should be giving information basically to citizens while they're conducting what you have said
Above
is
my
an
pay grade.
investigation.
That's above my pay grade.
Okay.
And
I
perhaps,
just find it very unusual,
perhaps the,
and I don't know of any law enforcement officials that would do that.
Bill, he's the complaint, you the one that made the complaint, weren't you, Bill?
I was.
Okay. It's not making it to the public.
And Trooper K.P. Handel, K-A-N-D-E-L, badge number 1271, on 4/20/26, when I was in filing his second statement, had actually turned the computer screen to me and allowed me to see firsthand what the first trooper comments were. That
Okay,
included.
I wasn't aware that you were the initial
I
complainant.
was.
It just seemed
In
like
fact,
the process seemed a little strange to me.
uh,
And do you know if there has been, has the investigation been ended? Have you gotten any, answers on?
There's several agencies looking into it at this point, to include the state attorney general's office, the Green County District Attorney's office,
Right,
amongst others.
now, I understand the process very unusual. That you would be given basically this information, even though you are the complainant, to bring it to the public. Because generally investigations are kept private until a decision is made in the end, whether someone is guilty or not. So that's just my curiosity, it's not my understanding of how law enforcement works.
It's apparent to me that the town has not taken any action, legal action at this point.
Well, I have a question. What legal action would you like us to take before a law enforcement investigation is concluded? Should we rush to judgment before the troopers have had their say?
Investigate, you should do something.
There is an investigation, right? That's what you're telling us about. There's an open investigation.
You're telling us there are several,
I,
but the town council
I'm
doesn't
not-
investigate
taken
itself.
action.
I'm not a cop.
Okay, all right,
I'm not a detective.
okay.
Is there a town ethics committee?
Not before the process is resolved. We're not gonna judge an accusation before actual law enforcement has produced a result.
There's been a complaint, I know I made a complaint before this board last
Sure, and,
meeting.
you know, the complaint is registered, but it's being investigated by law enforcement. Should we be expected to supersede law enforcement?
Whose
We
request?
can stop now.
That's whose request.
Okay.
As a board, actually, at last council meeting that I attended, I asked if the board was taking any action, and I got nothing.
I don't believe that the board can investigate itself,
Actually,
what's going on. But anyway, we really need, we'd like to hear more from you on this, but we have other speakers, so thank you very much for your input.
actually, if I can get a response to, the providing of council to myself and make it available to other employees who were affected by the records taken. And I will not leave this stand until I get some kind of information.
All right, I'm not quite sure what you mean by provision of counsel to you, so
Well,
if you could keep on talking to us about it, so we know exactly what you're seeking.
I am officially asking the town council to provide a lawyer to myself and make it available for any employee who had their records affected by them being removed from the town clerk's office. So, how do I go about getting a lawyer paid for by the town board?
I'm unsure, so you'd have to speak to our town attorney about that.
The town, it would be a conflict of interest for her to get involved in both sides.
It would probably be a
As
conflict
per
of
the-
interest
as
for us
per
to
the town,
appoint an attorney for you.
I'm sorry?
It would probably be in a conflict of interest too for the town.
Okay.
No,
To appoint an attorney.
according to the New York State Attorney General's office, it is up to it is the position of the town board to make payment for legal services. To all, actually, it's even here, I have it in chapter 9, ethics of,
Well, I would
if I can have a
suggest, Bill,
second to make sure that.
Bill, not to cut you off, but because we have other speakers, would you
No,
please?
I'm not leaving until I get this resolved.
They don't have
Also, if I could, before I leave, under, section 9 of the town code,
Bill, you have
Mine?
to hold on a second.
Under, chapter 9, ethics, code of ethics, 9(2), paragraph 8, I'm sorry, section B, nothing herein shall be deemed to bar or prevent the timely filing of a present or former municipal officer or employee of any claim, account, demand, or suit against the town of New Baltimore or any agency thereof on behalf of himself or any member of his family arising out of any personal injury or property damage for any lawful benefit authorized or permitted by law. As seen that we don't know what's happened with these records that include financial records of all employees. To date, I don't know if there is or will be any potential damage. So I would like to retain under this section the ability to pursue further action at any time as provided for in town code. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Monica Cleveland.
Good evening. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Monica Cleveland, and I have served the town of Bancroft in Columbia County across the river as town clerk and tax collector for 23 years. I'm a registered municipal clerk, a member of the New York State Town Clerks Association, as well as a member of our local chapter of the Columbia Green County Association, where I currently serve as its president. I'm joined here tonight by members of our association, and we join together as a group to support our member in good standing, Barb, your town clerk. I brought with me in my bag, I didn't pull it out, you've already seen a copy of it, the 2026 updated association town law manual. As a town clerk, we are an independently elected official with our own statutory duties laid out by the state of New York. The town clerk is not a secretary with the town board or the town supervisor. Section 30 of New York State Town Law very plainly gives duties to the town clerk. It notes, and I quote, that the town clerk shall have the custody of all records, books, and papers of the town. In New York State, the town clerk is the official custodian of the town records and is responsible for securing, maintaining, and providing access to these documents when proper steps are taken. They are often stored in a secure town hall vault. These vaults protect essential records such as vital statistics, tax rolls, board minutes, and legal documents. We as town clerks are instructed to have limited access to these records available to others, as well as locked offices and locked vaults. You may ask the reason for this. Let's take, for instance, the vital records, birth, death, and marriage licenses. Think to yourselves about what these documents contain. A marriage license application will have a person's full name, their social security number, their date and place of birth, their mother's maiden name. All pieces of information a nefarious person could use to form a stolen identity. Personnel records are much the same. Town clerks often have these records in their offices or their vaults. Think of what is in a personnel record: name, date of birth, social security numbers, birth certificates, or a copy of a driver's license with your I-9, direct deposit information with your banking info. The list goes on. It is our duty as the town clerks to make sure that all this information is secure in our locked offices. The list goes on. It's our duty to make sure that this information is locked up. We are the town's gatekeepers for the records. We're not being difficult when we ask that certain steps be taken when these documents are asked for to view. We are being cautious with valuable information. It is our job to make sure that the most important and personal information of our residents and our employees are protected. Within town government, there are checks and balances, just like any other level of government. A governing body will only work well if these departments understand the statutory requirements of each officer. As town clerks, we go the extra mile to seek out training and updates on our duties and changes made to the New York State town law. Last week, many of us, your town clerk included, attended the New York State Association's yearly conference. We took classes on minutes, clerk basic refreshers, FOIL law, town law updates, retirement system, and vital records. We had a seminar on how to spot human trafficking, as well as AI in government. Town law is ever changing, and it is important as a town clerk to be aware of those changes. I applaud your town clerk, Barb, as well as all of the clerks in our association for seeking out knowledge for the betterment of our towns and the residents for whom we serve. Town government can only function at its best for its residents if each department has respect for the duties of the other departments and other elected officials. I ask only that you remember that as you work alongside your clerk. I thank Barb for her service to this town and her membership within our organization.
Thank you. Judy Belston?
This is being photocopied, I had a leak for that.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Thank you.
I'm Judy Felston. I've lived up the road from this building for over 35 years now. And the comments that I want to make are really much more process oriented. From the moment on March 23rd that Barbara Fink read her public letter about violations of a sacred duty of custody for town personnel files, I have wondered what made this more than a procedural mistake. If personnel records are to be as tightly managed as Barbara and all these other witnesses say they should be, it seems to me there should be written procedures for accessing personnel records that maintain
that chain of command record. And also that Barbara had the opportunity, when the files were returned to her, to explain that security issue more carefully. She chose instead to read a public letter. I don't know why she chose that. When I watched the video of the April 13th meeting, many people expressed pain and fear about the security of personal and family information that is in town custody. That fear and pain really upset me. What I understand from what I'm hearing tonight is that there is a presumption of nefarious intent. And I don't really see the basis for that in anything that I've heard. There is a real problem with the cemetery plot map, and the outgoing town supervisor and people who work with him are the people to answer for that. But I hear no basis for the fear provoked about nefarious intent. And I don't really understand the basis for filing a complaint with the state police. I personally am very angry that there are people in our community who are willing to manipulate and invoke fear in other people when there is not a well-established, don't do that, please. When there's not an established basis for it. And I think there was a lot of needless pain inflicted. My question is, who's at the bottom of the rumor mills and why did they do it? Thank you. I'm not doing it from anybody.
Eileen Bosberg.
Hi, my name is Eileen Bosberg and I live in the hamlet. As Denise had stated earlier this year, it's been a rough transition. As a resident, you would hope it would be smooth and successful in the best interests of the town. Allegations and rumors of personnel files removed from town hall on the supervisor's kitchen table are false and downright libel and totally unnecessary. Why were the files deleted from the former supervisor's computer? Why were keys to the town hall not given to the supervisor in January of 2026? Once again, why was this board not informed that the town's website was soon to be obsolete? Passwords, keys not shared with the board, missing files, etc. I know each board member personally, and they are all working diligently to do work for the town in the best interest of the town. Personnel files were given back to the town clerk as the supervisor had stated. The town board, part of the town clerk's responsibility is to give access to the town board as requested. Denise, had you asked for a record info from the town clerk to resolve a health insurance issue for a highway employee?
Barb wasn't here when it came up.
But I do have deputies, and you do have myself. All you have to do is call me and ask.
Were the deputies also told not to give out information?
There's one right
Excuse
there.
me,
There's one
I
right
haven't
there.
finished. Were the deputies told not to give out information to the board and the supervisor?
I did not know that.
Excuse me.
Jess, were you told that? Thank you.
I'm dismayed by this, as other people are too. That people can throw out accusations unwarranted and assume the board is trying to do what? And for what reason? Really, for what reason would the board or the supervisor want to remove files and give out personnel information. Thank you very much. Do you have something to say?
I'm good, thank you.
2 minutes and 59 seconds.
Matthew Console?
I'm just gonna pass this out so that it is officially on minutes. My name is Matthew Consul. I currently live in Cambridge, New York. I'm here because I'm currently involved in a lawsuit against me in the Supreme Court of Catskill, New York. My brother Peter Consul got in touch with Alan Van Warmer and had him make an inaccurate statement against me. Why? And this is why everyone here has been talking about the FOIL request. I found out the information that Alan submitted in support of the lawsuit against me shows that there was a full year from the time that Peter was terminated from this town to the time that Alan claims they worked together. I can only assume these two things are related, but I know there is an ethical code to the town officials that the town officials need to follow, and I believe Alan needs to be held accountable. I had the FOIL request showing Peter was terminated in 2017, and Alan's affidavit showing that he claims he worked with Peter at this town in 2018. This is a major inaccuracy. For the record, I'm going to read out the 3 pages. I'm going to read the first 2 pages. The third page is a verification that the event actually happened. Affirmation. Alan Van Warmer, being duly sworn upon his oath, proposes and states as follows. Number 1, my name is Alan Van Warmer. I am over 18 years of age and I reside in Baltimore, New York. I am of sound mind, capable of making this affirmation and fully competent to testify to the matters stated herein. I have personal knowledge of the facts stated herein. They are true and correct. Number 2, I am the highway superintendent of the town of New Baltimore and have served in this role since 2020. Prior to assuming office as highway superintendent, I worked for the town of New Baltimore Highway Department beginning in 2018, working under the former superintendent, Dennis Jordan. Number 3, in or about 2018, Peter Consul worked for the town of New Baltimore Highway Department. We were using some cab-style sweepers. We changed out one of the bristle sets.
I'm so sorry, this is like executive session stuff. You shouldn't be letting somebody speak about public employees in a public session.
This is public information.
It doesn't matter. I know you guys may be new to this, but this is a lawsuit. You guys are setting yourselves up
It's
for.
also a violation of the open meetings law. This really should go into executive session.
You can definitely talk, you guys can listen to him, but it should be an executive session.
This is a public comment, is it not? I can read public information. Is there, am I breaking the law here or something, or? We changed out one of the bristle sets from one of them. We didn't have any use for the used bristle set. It was going to be discarded. Peter Consul asked Mr. Jordan if instead Peter could have it. Mr. Jordan agreed.
If we're told that this isn't to happen, then.
I was disrupted, so.
Reclaim your time.
No, I was accounting for that, but,
It's funny, there was somebody else that just was up here for like 10 minutes.
no, I've been timing everyone.
It's funny how I come up here with actual, like, that everybody's been wondering what's been going on with these files and stuff. I come up here with some possible, like, like reasons that I think the public would love to hear, and now I'm being told that I can't sit up here and speak.
20.
Alan Van Wormer on this thing, number 4, I affirmed on this 13th day of March, 2026, under the penalties of perjury, under the laws of New York.
Listen, we're gonna have to take it into executive session. We have to know absolutely nothing about this.
I presented you guys with the public information.
I haven't finished reading it, so if this is something that we have to act on now, then we can
Oh,
take
I
it into
just
executive session.
was putting it on the record.
Okay, all right, so we have it. Thank you.
Can I read the second page?
No, that's all right. Well, we can,
Matt, I think you just need to, give us some time to actually read over the information, because we can't even really go into an executive session and discuss this since.
There's no, I'm just putting it on the record, just so everybody, the public can know what's, kind of get an idea of what I believe is what's going on behind these files.
okay.
That's all. That's,
All right. Well, if you can bear with us and just let us, familiarize ourselves with that, I think it would be better, come over this. Thank you.
8 years ago?
Not that something that happened in 2018 doesn't matter, we just need a little, we just need to get caught up.
Harold Vadney?
First of all, I think I'm righteously embarrassed by the procedural and the administrative ignorance of the board. It's rather a situation of donkeys and lions. It's an ignorance of the law. And I think a number of the speakers that came up here, this isn't a question of finger pointing, and it's not a question of personal vendetta, and it's not a question of politics. It's a question of law. The legislature has seen fit to enact and to promulgate and enact laws to protect personal privacy. I can go down through a litany, but I'm not going to waste my time. I don't speak to deaf ears. Now, I also take offense with this, one of these speakers who referred to these residents, particularly possibly me, as keyboard warriors. The only source of information that you people have to properly run this town is residents' inputs. There's no such thing as a keyboard warrior. Let me correct you. A keyboard warrior, and when the town supervisor says, I will not respond, you'd better think twice about that too. Because it's your duty, your accountability is to the people of this town, not to an individual necessarily, but to the people of this town. On April 13th, 2006, at the regular meeting of the town board, Mr. William McDonald, Mr. Robert Van Etten, and Mr. Walter Way, and I myself addressed this board in a matter of cemetery records having been removed from the former supervisor's desk, allegedly, and since having gone missing. The town clerk is the sole custodian of records, the records access manager. No one on this town board, including the supervisor, has any authority or power to ignore the law and to take possession of records. There's New York has at least 5 laws I can cite here. I just want to understand.
Excuse me, it's my time. If you want to comment after I'm done, that's
It's
fine.
unclear to me what the order of events is here and the timeline is for the missing records. So I'll ask you that after you finish.
Okay, that's your job. You're on the cemetery committee. You tell me what the timeline is, where the records are, who had possession. There's a chain of custody on this. These are records that must be permanently archived under the New York State Archives law. They cannot be destroyed. They are to be permanently archived. There's got to be a chain of custody. You on the town cemetery committee, Mr. Fowle, you do it. Then you tell me.
How's that? Okay, I'll continue. It's my time. I reclaim my time here.
That time is not counted against you.
I know. I know. I just reclaimed it. At that same meeting, Town Attorney Michelle Storm assailed the town resident, Mr. Walter Way, without having been requested by the town supervisor or any member of the town board to respond to Mr. Way, and without having requested leave to respond to Mr. Way. This is a violation. By her own admissions, Town Attorney Storm violated her role as town attorney, and her conduct was inconsistent with her very statements made to Mr. Way. She did not have the floor. She was not given the floor. She should not have opened her mouth. Miss Denise Tabor was sitting right next to her, and Storm actually looked to her for a comment, and Tabor was silent the entire period of that discussion. Silent. Having sat through all of the above and having taken the podium a second time to admonish Town Attorney Michelle Storm and to remind her of her role as town attorney, on April 20th, I sent to the Supervisor Tabor and all board members, excuse me, did you have something to say?
We're just
Yes,
noting
4
that you're at 4 minutes, Mr.
4 minutes. The open meetings law requires, and the authoritative advisory opinions of the Committee on Open Government require that every speaker be allowed equal time. When you didn't step in, when people were going far beyond 3 or 4 minutes, that was a mistake, because I'm claiming that time now. Okay? So I'm going, excuse me,
I've done the same.
I am speaking to the board, not to a board member, okay? If you have something to say, save it. I'm addressing the board. You do not address me on my time.
You're well past the time.
Excuse me. We're not done.
We're done.
Oh, are we? We'll see. You're in violation of the law. And Mr. What's his name? Mr. McDonald has a case. You are totally ignorant. The law enforcement and investigation exception does not pertain to the claimant who has full access to the information of his complaint. Get with it. I'm ashamed of you. You're absolutely ignorant, and you shouldn't be sitting there. Now I'm done. Now you can speak.
Thank you for your time and your insights.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to comment on your lack of
Walter Way.
insight.
So cool.
Did you have something to say, young lady? Address the board. Now that-
I already did.
Okay, Wayne, keep quiet.
This gentleman here just took out what I was gonna say, so you saved me a lot of time.
Repeat it, because the need seems to be repeated.
So as far as the board goes, the only one worth anything up here is Dave. I still haven't gotten any real information from any of you people. As far as town records that were taken and accusing, I don't really give a rat's ass who did what. But you know what? These employees, if someone gets hacked, whether it's in Walmart or wherever, it's all gonna come back on this town. I'm surprised the attorney hasn't said that. These people should be have access to credit checks. I think it was Bill was saying, you know, maybe you guys pay for a town attorney for them or whatever. But I don't know. If someone comes back hacked, it's gonna come back on the town. Denise, I think you should step down. I think you should resign. And I think you're all doing a crappy job. And as far as all this post and crap online, you know, if you guys would just tell us what the hell's going on. Now, if it's a legal matter, you can say, okay, yeah, some records are missing, we're working on it, but you say nothing. What the hell are we supposed to think? And then you got everyone out there accusing this and that. You know, it's all because you guys aren't doing your job. I don't have a lot more to say. Again, Dave, you're just guilty by association. You're doing it, you know, I know you're doing it. You're trying. And Denise, is he getting any backing? Is he doing this on his own with the cemetery?
No, he is not.
Okay, well, this is the first I heard from any of you. And how long has this been going on? And both the cemetery and the town records being missing. And a lot of people still don't know. How about, well, they were. Okay, how about putting it in on your website, your newsletters, you know, stuff like that. You know, so all this other crap here doesn't happen. You know, we're got a nice little town here, and if you could keep, you know, a lot of this crap out of it, it would stay, you know, but it still comes back on you for not telling us at least something. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Animal control. All right. Looks like we are back to our regular agenda. Thank you for everybody for your insights and thoughts. For committee reports, Chair of Animal Control, I don't really have a report. I just have kind of a public service announcement that people should keep in mind that Sherry Vieta, our dog control officer, is actually a dog control officer. Out of the goodness of her heart, she went out this past week on the advice of a person's veterinarian to try to get a cat out of a wall in her house. Sherry ended up, even with gloves, being bitten very badly, been on a long course of antibiotics, and the fire department, thank goodness later, was able to come and get the cat out of the wall. But just keep in mind that Sherry's contract with us is for dogs only, not wildlife, not cats. But anyone is free to email me at any time, and I will give them leads on where they can get help with cats, who to call for wildlife, rehabilitation, control, and all of that. But I just wanted to say that because Sherry got pretty sick from this. Thank you.
I'm sorry again, I apologize for my sore throat. One thing that's been troubling me about the cemetery records right from the start is that they, it's been told that they were in Supervisor's bottom drawer. And these were official records, important records, when the town took over the care of those cemeteries. And it occurs to me that there should have been copies made in a locked cabinet where official records are supposed to be kept. And I'm wondering, are those available? Were there copies made? Were they taken? And not just in
Just relay what she's saying, please.
Or somebody else. She's asking why, when the records were first received from the Cemetery Association, why they weren't copied or were they copied, and where are the copies, is what she's commenting on.
They weren't copied.
What's that?
They were not copied. They were in a file folder in the right-hand drawer of the supervisor's office. And I'm gonna make a statement now, just based on that. I'm tired of it. I was your town supervisor for 4 years. I was your deputy supervisor for 8 years. I spent 44 years in Nassau County government. Please don't do the math because you know how old I am. But here's the deal. On December 31st, when I turned in our keys to the town clerk, there was a file for the cemetery, MJ Engineering, Bellamy Engineering, the front door people that put the new steps in. All the files that were active were in the file drawer of the supervisor. And Jeff Russo did not eliminate his computer. And if I have to get Joe Malukovich to come down here and tell you that, I will. Because all the files that I have checked were on the computer. Because Barb and Jess had to get the sewer bills ready and the water bills ready. And where did she get them from? Jeff's computer. Any other questions you may have?
No, my question.
And the cemetery file, the reason I went into the cemetery file, because there was a $5,000 check in there that had to be deposited. And that was done, according to the bookkeeper. Because we had to pay a $3,000 bill to Mr. Fleming.
So we got a receipt,
I know.
and we also got the invoices from the lawyer.
So don't tell me the files weren't there because I put them there. In the drawer, in an active file.
Okay, assessment?
Assessment date,
Go ahead.
agreements day.
I'll read it. What we're saying.
Agreements day.
All right, she just wants, she's saying grievance day is gonna be Wednesday, May 27th, from 4 PM to 8 PM.
There's an announcement on the website, instructions.
Thank you. Budget. Buildings, grounds, and recycling. Where's your report? The court report? Clerk's report, you have it in your hand.
Oh, okay. Kirk Cromley Recycling Center Operator, Town of New Baltimore Recycling Center Monthly Report for April. Dates March 25th, 26th to April 27th, 26th. Tires up to including 16 inches without rim, 1 for $4. Total $4. Free to residents, 60-gallon bags of plastics, no hard plastics, 11. Bundles of magazines and phone books, 20. Bags and bundles of newspaper, 42. Boxes and bundles of cardboard, 137. Total amount, $4. On April 4th, we got 1 dryer. On April 25th, 1 microwave oven. And on April 4th, 1 washer. And that's it for that.
Guys ready?
Yes, we can go cemeteries.
Is Walt still here?
Yes.
Okay,
It was meant for you guys to know.
so, I'm happy to say, that the town has made progress in determining plot locations for burials in case the complete Medway Christian Cemetery plot maps remain missing. This statement applies to the location of the Way family plots as well. In the absence of the maps, the plot locations will be determined either with an iron rod probe or with ground penetrating radar. Likely ground penetrating radar will be more expensive than the cost depending on the iron rod method, depending on the area of the survey. I hope, Walt, that either method would be acceptable to your family. Is that still the case?
I talk it over with him.
Okay, good. There's good news. Fortunately, last Tuesday, April Prine found a partial copy of the cemetery plot map in town files. How about that? The copy gives the location, the standard plot dimensions, and the path widths for the cemetery to the south of the plots belonging to the Way family, and will facilitate iron rod or GPR surveys. With that in mind, I contacted Topographics LLC in Hudson, New Hampshire, for a GPR survey cost estimate. The firm charges $18.50 a day, with $65 an hour for travel expenses and $300 a night for hotel accommodation. The estimated total charge would be $3,000 or less. Also, we're fortunate Art Bias, the sexton, has experience with iron rod surveys at Stanton Hill Cemetery. So the decision remains to be made whether the town should integrate plot locations determined by probing or by GPR with a wide area survey of the cemetery. This decision depends on the number of family plots that will require mapping in the future and on whether the large rear area of the cemetery will be open for burial. In case the town chooses to make a large area survey, I contacted conventional local survey companies. Alan von Wormer suggested that I contact Michael DeBrino at MJ Engineering, and Art Bias recommended that I contact Erica Martin at Catterskill Associates in Cairo. Catterskill Associates estimates that the 2.5 acre cemetery could be surveyed for about $3,000. MJ Associates hasn't responded. The cost of a new survey will be less if the new survey can be based on a recent previous result. A boundary question between the Medway Christian Church and the Stitler family led to a survey in, I believe, 2021. And while April Klein couldn't determine who did the 2021 survey, research led to uncovering the plot maps on last Tuesday. So I wanted to say I'm grateful to the citizens of New Baltimore who have offered help finding copies of the missing Medway Christian Cemetery plots. Several of you have contacted the Veeder Library in Kisaki for the plots, sadly without success. A local historian, Sylvie Hasenkopf in Cairo, has written a careful report on the graves in the Medway Christian Cemetery that will be helpful in determining plot locations, but she didn't have the plots either, the plot maps either. So that's my status with the plots in the cemetery. There's lots of work to do. We have to take a look at the Medway Christian Cemetery fee schedule for equity with local communities. We don't want to be too much less than the other communities for the same service. Creating a cemetery fund checking account for the remaining cemetery funds, I believe as of now, based on Barbara's help, $1,474.01. Barbara provided the receipt for the funds received from the Medway Christian Church and the lawyer's invoices. So another thing we've got to do is we've got to create a job description for the sexton and delineate the sexton's purview in cemetery matters. Another thing is we have to determine if out-of-town residents, this is for the board, whether the out-of-town residents shall be buried in cemeteries belonging to the town of New Baltimore. This could increase the number of burials at Medway Christian Church Cemetery and provide some revenue for the cemetery fund, but there also might be problems. So then the last point I wanted to make that I think we should do is we've got to get notify the town that those holding deeds for plots in the Medway Christian Cemetery should contact the town in order to assess future demand for survey work.
Thank you, Dave. Dave, can you send me that report tomorrow?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll send it to everybody on the board too.
All right, thank you. All right, code enforcement, Danny, can you read that?
I'm not sure I have that.
Here you go. It's in the parks.
That's me.
Oh, Dave's got it. Go ahead. Dave's got it. Oh, yeah, thank you.
I'm looking for the written copy. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. So this is the Town of New Baltimore Building Department report for March 24th to April 23rd, 2026. Summarization of code enforcement officer activities for April 2026 is as follows. 29, building inspections, 29. Total new building permit applications received, 7. Total building permits issued, 10. Demo permits issued, 1. Pool permits issued, 1. Certificates of compliance issued, 5. Certificate of occupancy search request, 3. Zoning verification request, 1. Building permit renewal sent, 4. Building permit renewals received, 1. Complaint forms received, 3. Complaint site visits, 2. Open permits, 191. Expired building permits, 52. Building permits denied, 3. Building permits not issued yet, 3. Open active building permits, 133. Building department fees for March 24th, 2026 to April 23rd, 2026, $3,365.06. Total fees of year to date, $13,631.93. And this was submitted by Alan Jordan and Vince Hales.
Thank you, Dave. Communication.
Nothing specific to report. I need to talk to the technology folks about, our project to try to, make it, possible for our residents to receive, news and newsletters and, information from the town via email. So we need to sit down and figure out the best way to make that happen. Yeah. Oh, and support. All right. Town Board of New Baltimore, to New Baltimore Town Board from Honorable James W. Huff, Honorable Anthony C. Consul. Subject Monthly Town Court Report, April 27th, 2026. The following is the Town of New Baltimore Court Monthly Report for March 2026. Total March monies received was $21,237. Of that, Honorable James W. Huff, $9,698. Honorable Anthony C. Consul, $11,539. Total 2026 monies received January through March are $59,929, and total new cases received are 121.
Fire, EMS, and law enforcement. I have a report from New Baltimore Fire. For the month of March, they had 8 fire calls, 14 EMS calls, 72 total calls for 2026 so far, and unfortunately, 1 fatality this past week. Grants?
I don't think any new report.
Okay.
And highway, do we wanna, we already give the supervisor's report, we don't do these resolutions?
Correct.
Resolution 77, 2026, resolution to authorize the town highway superintendent to adopt the use of a new accident incident notification data form, updated using New York State Department of Transportation standards. Whereas the version of the Highway Department's accident/incident notification data report form, adopted by Town Resolution 110-2015 on July 13, 2015, and it has been in use since that date. Whereas the 2015 version of said form does not include any questions or language concerning drug and alcohol testing.
We're going in another tape.
I think it always turns over when I'm talking. Tape doesn't like me.
Then it's telling you something.
Talk faster, or not at all.
Yeah.
Whereas the town highway superintendent wishes to discontinue use of the 2015 form for that reason and adopt in its place a new 2026 version of the form, which has been designed using the exact same procedures as the New York State Department of Transportation form, in that it is far more detailed and leaves no room for error when it comes to reporting and determining whether an employee must be tested for drug or alcohol impairment. Now therefore, be it resolved, the town board authorizes the town highway superintendent to adopt the use of the aforementioned 2026 version of the accident/incident notification data report form going forward. Any discussion? Make a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Can I just ask one favor? We're making a new form. Can we make it look a little nicer? It's not very official. It's not very nice.
I'll work on it, Barbara. That's what we received. So I'll clean that up.
We'll talk to our graphic design people.
That'll work on her computer.
I will work on it.
Formatting issues.
Moving forward, resolution 78, 2026. Resolution to authorize the highway superintendent to purchase fuel oil per Greene County Resolution 142-26. Whereas the Greene County Legislature advertised for bids in the Times-Union, the Mountain Eagle, and the county website for the furnishing of fuel, 3 bids were received, and the lowest responsible bid meeting all specs was determined. And whereas pursuant to section 408-A of the New York State County Law and any other political subdivisions, the fire company or district may receive the tank car price of $4.1541. Delivery charge 0.399 cents. Total cost per gallon $4.5531. The bid price is subject to increase or decrease during the contract period corresponding with the changes in the reseller's posted tank car price at the Port of Albany as published in the Oil Price Daily for the date of delivery. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the town board hereby authorizes the purchase of fuel oil at the contract price offered by Greene County Resolution 131-25 for 1 year, from June 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2027 from Bottini Fuel. Discussion?
Is that the right resolution number? 131-25? Or 26?
78.
No,
42-26 in this one.
So our resolution is 142-26, but it's referring to a Greene County
Yes,
resolution.
resolution number 142-26.
Yeah, that's the Greene County resolution.
Thank you, Pat.
Sorry.
Thank you.
And just so you guys know how this works, you're really bidding on the delivery side. The tank car price is whatever it is that day that the fuel's bought.
Right.
That fluctuates, but the delivery price is really where the difference is. And that's why it was awarded the way it was.
Thank you for that clarification. All in favor?
Nobody seconded.
Oh,
I don't
I
have.
make a motion. Sorry. Guess I'd say any discussion, but any further discussion? No, I appreciate that.
So you made a motion, I seconded.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
So carried.
Okay, resolution 79, 2026, resolution for the board to approve routine parks maintenance. Whereas the town is committed to keeping our parks safe and accessible, whereas several of our parks require mulch and routine maintenance, whereas several of our parks require accessibility accommodations, including ramps, whereas our highway department is willing to do this work at cost of materials, and whereas initial work and cost estimates for materials include, number 1, the need for 20 yards of certified playground mulch for the District 1 and District 2 parks at a cost of $840, based on $42 per yard pricing provided by each of 2 vendors, Halstead and VM Beers. Number 2, repair of the flower boxes in Cornell Park at a cost of $285. And number 3, repair of the damaged Weish Park sign at a cost of $200. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board of New Baltimore will allocate $1,325 in materials to maintain our parks. Discussion? I make a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So carried. Resolution 80, 2026. Resolution to approve the purchase of culvert pipe for 2026 road projects. Whereas culvert pipe must be installed prior to paving New Baltimore roads next year, primarily on East Honey Hollow and Honey Hollow roads. And whereas the cost of the culvert pipe needed at New York State contract pricing from Pipes Plus, a Greene County women-owned business, is $4,908.60. And whereas the aforementioned cost exceeds the maximum cost for expenses that the highway superintendent may authorize without board approval, now therefore be it resolved, the New Baltimore Town Board hereby approves said purchase of culvert pipes. Discussion? I make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So carried.
Insurance, I have nothing new for insurance. Planning and building?
I'll take this opportunity to give an update on the comprehensive plan, if that's all right. Okay. So, we have had, I've done work on at least 10 comprehensive plans, and I have never had the absolutely wonderful problem of too many residents wanting to be involved. We're up to about 20. And that has led Councilmember Satalato and I to take a step backward and I don't think there's anybody who thinks that a 20-person committee is going to do really efficient work. Take a step backward to look at best practices from other comparable towns. And we have decided to try to move forward using a much smaller steering committee to essentially be not policy deciders, but dictating the process itself. So setting agendas, compiling reports, that sort of thing. And then we took a first crack, this is not final by any means, a first crack at developing subcommittees on specific issues, which was primarily drawn from what the 2016 comprehensive plan found were specific areas of interest. They did a lot of good work. It's not that the 2016 comprehensive plan, we just needed to update it. We're building on their success, not trying to replace it. So we have all of the interest areas they had and a few more. And I will put this document on the website so anyone can look at it. We are considering an agriculture subcommittee, an administrative and community services planning and zoning subcommittee, a conservation and preservation subcommittee, economic development, and then we have added to that, and it really just works out that it's alphabetical. Property inventory, looking at a lot of the abandoned, derelict, or overlooked properties around town. Road safety, short-term rentals, which the last time we looked at the comprehensive plan wasn't really on many people's radar. And finally, telecom infrastructure, so cell service, which most people rely on in some capacity or another. So I'm going to be asking people who volunteered to serve on the committee, who would like to serve on the steering committee. And if we have to make some calls there, it's going to be primarily about familiarity with the comprehensive planning process, and then also organization. So that is hopefully the only area where the town board is going to exert any influence in just choosing, I think, 5 to 7 people to steer the process along. And then each individual committee of interest will develop their own reports. And I strongly encourage, if anyone has an area that they think we're overlooking or should be included, please let us know.
Battery energy storage systems.
Battery energy storage systems.
Becoming a big one, for sure.
Excuse me,
Yes.
I have a question, and before you go into running this,
last time I was at a meeting, you were discussing this comprehensive, you used the word, I believe, changing the, different areas for what they would be doing. And what I mean by that is, I think I even mentioned, Shelley is here somewhere, I think, maybe. Okay, and how the last time we had zoning and made changes, it was one heck of a job. And what I'm asking you is specifically, at the meeting last time, you said that you would be letting us know when the discussions were gonna be held. I've never seen, heard, or done anything that I could at least be a member of the audience knowing what you're saying. Now, if I don't know, and I'm sitting right here, I bet there's a hell of a lot of people out there that don't know what you're talking about.
You haven't missed anything at all.
So what I'm telling you is, I use the word zoning, not comprehensive, because I think a lot of people here know what that zoning can mean. I want it clear. If you're gonna be doing the zoning changes as you relate to, I wanna know how we get in touch with notice of when a meeting's being held, so we can sit here and observe. I'm not asking to be on any game. I think we have the right to observe what you're
You
saying.
absolutely do.
I know I
We're
do.
committed to an open process.
Never doubt that I don't know what I can do.
I wouldn't get in your way if my life depended on it.
Anyway, yeah, they are public meetings. Thank
We
you,
said
and
that
you know,
at the last meeting.
somewhere we should have the notice of when.
And we should know without the committee's yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
We
you
said
have
at the
not
last
missed
meeting
anything.
that there would be
We
public-
have been taking our time and crossing our Ts and dotting our Is and trying to get this.
David, I can miss
Well-
anything if it's not a notice. Or, I'm sorry,
It
you're
happens all
David.
the time.
I don't care, you got the,
We look alike. I'm
you
just as
got
tall
the
as he
tape
is.
recorder in front of your name. How's that?
Fair enough.
Thank you. So somehow or other, if I have to, my telephone number's in the book. I mean, if you have to call me, but I want to know what's going on when it happens.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I have one other thing I'd bring before the board, as long as I'm taking out this 3 minutes, and I really am not trying. Is anybody on the board doing any inspections of the solar farms that we have on in the Hamlet area towards it by the railroad tracks? Barbara lives near, I live near it, quite a few of us. We've got solar panels that go from heaven and hell and then some. Is anybody keeping an eye on them? Because they have specifications that they had to present in order to get that approval. And I see them now, they're doing work on those solar panels as we speak. What are they doing? They got it inspected and approved. So what else are they doing? I don't know.
She said, thank you for bringing that up.
Oh,
that's-
you know I will when it comes to solar panels.
I didn't want to read a full 4 pages of subtopics. We're going late enough as it is, but yes, that's exactly one of the things that, the 2016 comprehensive plan couldn't have anticipated, that there would be such an explosion in solar panels. So we have a lot of power as a locality to regulate that if we want to.
You think you do?
Well, sure.
Yeah. I call a spade
Not
a
anymore.
spade. What'd you say, Patrick?
Not anymore.
That's right,
Not with
thank
the
you very
development of
much.
ours.
But yes, we will be, or rather, the committee will be looking at that.
Thank you.
Danny, hold on. I had a question regarding the formation of these subcommittees. Do we have a process here for the town to have input on what subcommittees, additional subcommittees would be of interest to the town?
A purely voluntary one. If there's enough interest to flesh out a study area, we will do our best to accommodate that. Within the confines, one of the steering committee's responsibilities would be budget. I don't know what kind of budgetary commitments would even be required. I wouldn't think much. But as long as this is a collaborative, volunteer-led process, I don't know why we would reject any input, even if, the relevant committees don't ultimately accept that input. I want to hear from as many people as possible.
She's gonna interpret for me. Good going. Not speaking Klingon or something. So we were at the very early phases of trying to put this together.
I realize.
And what we plan is that when we first meet with the committee, not only will they be public meetings, but we will also want the input of the people who volunteered to be on the committee of what other topics need to be covered. The first piece, remember, is the comprehensive plan. Then it goes to zoning to match the comprehensive plan. And what other issues there have been with zoning that many of us know.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is all early stages.
I realize that.
And any input.
But I figured that if I didn't get it before you, it would be down the road.
I understand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want me to read that?
Sure.
Yes.
You copied that?
Rob, you gonna do it?
I can do it.
All right.
Thank you, Rob.
I thought maybe Deb was gonna read it.
You sell.
Planning board met on April 9th, 2026, all members present, the following business was transacted. Lance Palmetier, special use permit. The board continued the public hearing for a special use permit to operate an automobile repair use at a residence on Line Hill Road. All required notices were sent and the public had the opportunity to review the site plan. Resolution granting the special use permit read aloud and approved. The applicant was advised that a copy of the resolution should be sufficient for county requirements. Although DMV did want some more stuff, which we're following through on. Klein Baldini lot line adjustment. The board reviewed updated maps and documentation for lot line adjustment, transferring 0.1 acres between parcels on Hillcrest Road and Old Stonewall Road to fully encompass time within one parcel. The deed restriction was noted on the transferred land. Resolution approving the lot line adjustment was read aloud and approved. Chairman stamped and signed the maps for filing with the county clerk's office. Simpson minor subdivision. The board continued its review of a proposed 4-lot minor subdivision on Line Hill Road, including updated mapping and parcel configurations. Discussion included the status and identification of a small adjoining parcel and general site constraints. The resolution approving the subdivision was read aloud and approved. The chairman stamped and signed the map, filing in the county clerk's office. Love's Travel Plaza conceptual review. The board conducted a conceptual review of the proposed travel plaza development at the Camping World property on Route 9W. Representatives from the project team presented preliminary plans involving subdivision and development of approximately 7.23 acres within the commercial zoning district. Proposal includes a travel plaza with fueling areas, a small restaurant component, related extension to public sewer and water infrastructure. The board discussed site layout, access, traffic circulation, environmental constraints, including wetlands, coordination with state and local agencies. The project will require multiple approvals, including subdivision, site plan review, secret review, and permits from agencies such as New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. Sewer and water infrastructure extensions were identified as a significant component of the project. The board provided initial feedback and indicated that a formal application is expected in the coming months. The board approved the March 12, 2026 planning board public hearing and regular monthly meeting minutes. Meeting was adjourned at 8:03. Chairman Rappaport.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
So, no, seniors, I'm sorry.
Yeah, seniors. I'm gonna try to, actually roll this into veterans and memorials. I'm trying right now to come up with some dates for the senior picnic, and yes, you will be involved, Ellie, don't worry.
I'm not worried. You know I don't worry.
And the veterans picnic, and I'm looking at like mid-August and September when it'll still be nice, but it won't be 90 degrees and it
Are
won't
we
be
talking about
90 degrees.
seniors in August? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I will consult with you, but.
No, I just want clarification.
Yeah, well, I'm still looking at the dates, and we also have to check with Barb to see what the parks are.
Usually I think it's in
Like-
September
Yeah.
for the seniors. and
Well, that's, yeah,
August for the veterans.
yeah,
Well,
right.
Actually,
July.
All right.
Wasn't it?
July.
Because I got
Anyway.
that. July, I remember all that.
July for the veterans and September for the seniors.
I'm sorry, Shelley, what was it?
It was July for the veterans and September for the seniors.
Oh, okay. Was it too hot in July?
Mm-mm, no,
Yeah, it was always that new, yes.
Okay, that's what I was worried about.
no.
So I know when we did the festival in July, a couple of times it was 90 degrees. Didn't want anybody to melt.
No one has so far. Every year.
So far.
All right, well, anyway, we're trying to figure those out.
Technology.
She's been told.
My report from the Technology and Town Website Committee is short. We have the following open issues. ITS, the company ITS and the Technology Website Committee are discussing a plan for the assessor and the deputy assessor's computer accounts. This was already mentioned in the April 13th board meeting after Michelle Stefanik had a meeting with ITS. There seems to be a bug somewhere here. Formatting of the agenda seems to be different on the town board member's computer from the agenda formatting on the supervisor's computer and the town clerk's computer. So we're looking into that. I unfortunately have to say the summary of the website vendors' products will be delayed until the next meeting.
Dave, can you send me that?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. All right, personnel. Wastewater treatment. This. Okay, for sewer, we've been researching and we'll reach out to the Coxsackie mayor to determine why no payments to District 2 sewer. Is that right? Okay, and
I was down at the village today and requested the figures. So
Oh, okay.
that should be forthcoming.
okay. Thank you, Barb.
There's actually 4 steps to that. It says we're trying to get the first one.
Plans for the protective structure is being reviewed to enable work to be done by the highway department. By G&H Lumber.
Can you send me that as well? Thank you.
Okay. Have anything for water? No? Youth parks and recreation.
During the highway, we already talked about some of the routine maintenance and accessibility issues. being done for our parks. I think the only other thing is that in our last meeting, we heard a number of complaints about the gazebo in Cornell Park. It is in pretty bad shape and nearing the end of its operational life cycle. So we need to decide if we want to invest money in repairing it, invest money in replacing it, or demolish it.
Maybe there should be a town committee. I think it's a great idea. It's the one over here isn't probably that great a shape either.
District 2. Yeah, that's where there's a hole in the ramp.
That one was purchased from Chamber of Commerce, I believe.
No, they gave it to us.
Well, that's what I mean,
Yeah.
that was probably 20 years old when we got it.
Yeah, under our conservation and preservation task force, we have parks, youth sports events, training programs, and infrastructure.
We need to raise funds.
Oh, I see.
May need to raise some funds for that.
Is that it for that, Danny?
And I would,
Yes.
say I'd be on that committee.
Okay. And I'm sure we have some handy folks who could volunteer some labor.
That would basically be a special committee to raise funds for the restoration or whatever.
No restoration, gotta go.
Well, restoration of what's left of one peg.
Okay, zoning board of appeals.
I'll read the report.
Yeah.
So, the zoning board of appeals, met on April 1st, 2026, with all members present. The following business was transacted. Schultz Farm and Properties LLC use variance. The board reopened and continued review of the use variance application for 161 Sheller Park Road to allow continued non-conforming commercial uses within the rural agricultural zoning district. The board revised one of the conditions of approval to clarify that any future expansion or increase in intensity of use will require approval from the appropriate town boards. Following discussion, the use variance was approved with conditions by unanimous vote. The applicant expressed interest in pursuing further review of the property zoning designation at the town level. The zoning board advised that such request may be directed to the town board. March 4th, 2026 meeting minutes were approved. The meeting adjourned at 7:11 p.m. This was written by Brad Jordan, Chair.
Thank you.
Upcoming meetings. ZBA will meet on Wednesday, May 6th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Planning board meeting Thursday, May 14th, 2026, 7 p.m. Town board regular meeting Monday, May 11th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Grievance day, Wednesday, May 27th, 2026, from 4 to 8 p.m. And as somebody mentioned, it's also on the town website with all the information you need to know what you're supposed to do on Grievance Day. Town board work meeting Monday, May 28th, 2026 at 7 p.m.
What did you say?
Monday, May 28th.
This is, it's Thursday the 28th. Monday's a holiday.
Already. Town board work meetings, Thursday, May 28th. Those holidays are so confusing. All right.
I have something that I forgot as well. Save the date, Green County Public Health Department Youth Health Fair, Saturday, June 6, 2026, 10 to 2, rain or shine, location at Historic Point, 1 Main Street, Catskill, New York. All families are welcome. local resources, activities and crafts, free food and drink.
Okay, Roger, please. We'll leave that one. Here. Oh, yeah. Please.
So, Town of New Baltimore, County of Greene, Town Board Work Meeting, Resolution 81-2026, April 27th, 2026. Resolution to authorize supervisor to pay the audited claims. Whereas the town clerk has presented claims to the town board for audit and review, and whereas the town board has audited claims 2026B-04-01 to 2026B-04-35. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay claims 2026B-04-01 to 2026B-04-35, and be it further resolved that the town clerk will prepare an abstract and hold it for public review until May 31st, 2026. Any discussion? I make a motion.
I'll second. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries.
General, $22,777.61. Highway, $3,948.84. Sewer one, $2,285.79. Water one, $15.63. Total $29,027.87.
Thank you, Lord. Need a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried.
See you next time, folks.
I'm sitting too long, I know. Oh, you're gonna have the same feeling. What are you doing? Actually, very good. I had 4 years.